So in this video, unfortunately, I need to talk about something a little bit different. I need to address why I'm no longer affiliating with USCCA, why I left USCCA, why they're no longer a sponsor on the channel, and now also who I'm going to be partnering with, essentially because USCCA did not deliver on their program promises. Their coverage is not actually delivering what they are promising. So this is going to kind of be a little bit off the cuff. I have some talking points I'm going to break down, but I'm going to, kind of hit three main points. I kind of want to go through my history with USCCA because I have some different information, some different intel about, this whole situation. I have a long-standing relationship with them. I was on contract with them for multiple years. And during this whole situation, while this was going on, I was having multiple conversations with people, behind the scenes, asking for answers, trying to get answers for you guys, trying to get answers for myself, because I was, out there promoting years back, USCCA. And unfortunately, when a lot of this stuff started to pop up, I wanted answers just like everybody else. And so I kind of want to go through some history of my relationship with USCCA. I want to talk about a little bit the two main instances and a lot of the issues with the USCCA program, kind of the straw that broke the camel's back of me wanting to leave and needing to leave. And then also I'm going to be talking about AOR, who is going to be the new partner here on the channel. It's going to be the program that I'm going to be recommending to you guys for your self-defense coverage, because I think they actually are delivering on their promises. And we're going to talk about a little bit of their program, what they're doing, and why it's different from other programs like USCCA. So for some history about my relationship with USCCA. Now, this is actually a very unfortunate video that I have to make because USCCA really was the first company ever that I worked with here on this channel. Our relationship started all the way back, I think, in 2020. They were one of the first affiliate programs that I was with. Back then, their coverage was stellar. We didn't have any issues with USCCA. They were a smaller company. They were a growing brand for sure, but their emphasis really was on that self-defense coverage. Now they're becoming kind of a bigger company. They're focusing more on things like training and education and certification for CCW trainers and things like that. They're more focused on things like giveaway. And so in my mind, they've gotten away from the ethos that really got them to the dance, that really, put them on the map, and that was providing self-defense coverage. But, back in 2020, I brought them onto the channel. We had an amazing relationship for the last, 3 years. We had an amazing relationship. I've been through multiple iterations of their program on the creator side. We've done multiple different changes. I became friends with a lot of the employees there. We spent time with them out in Wisconsin, out in Minnesota hunting. I've been to their headquarters, got to tour their headquarters, go through some of their training qualification stuff. So we did have a pretty good relationship. I got to spend a lot of time with them. And, this is not to throw shade at everybody within USCCA. This is kind of just more at the company at large. There are still some people within USCCA, some employees who are stellar individuals. They're pro Second Amendment, pro 2A. They love this 2A community, but unfortunately, USCCA as a policy is not actually delivering on their program. So like I mentioned, from about 2020 to mid 2023, the relationship was good. There was really no issues, but then about mid 2023, maybe even early 2023, a lot of concerns started to pop up online, essentially because USCCA and their coverage specifically, came under fire because of some high-profile issues, of course, because they were denying self-defense coverage. So there were multiple, cases. I'm not going to break those down here in this video. I would highly recommend maybe you go over to AOR's videos. They break down those cases. They break down, USCCA, those whole situations. I will link those down below if you want to watch those. But it was the Kayla Giles case and then also the Alan Coley case. USCCA essentially, from all information that we have, was not providing the coverage to those individuals who did pay for and have USCCA self-defense protection. And so the whole purpose of having USCCA self-defense protection is so that if you find yourself in one of those situations, they will actually cover you and help you with those legal issues. That was the whole reason why everybody purchased USCCA. I know now they push heavily their training and their education and all these other things that they do, their giveaways, but that was not the main reason why all of us backed USCCA. It was for their self-defense coverage. And so so a lot of issues started popping up where they were not actually providing those benefits. And of course, that was very concerning to me, someone who was under contract with them, that was promoting their program to you guys, and then they're not actually delivering on that promise. So about early 2023, mid 2023, you guys would maybe notice that I stopped promoting USCCA on this channel. I no longer ran any advertisements for USCCA on this channel because I, in good conscience, could not recommend them to you guys, the audience, if USCCA was not delivering on their promises. Now, during this period from about mid 2023 on, I had multiple conversations with higher ups, managers, their attorneys, and eventually even the CEO, Tim Schmidt. We had conversations about these specific situations, the Alan Colley and the Kayla Giles case, about the concerns that you guys had and I had about their coverage, what they were doing, and how they planned to fix this. And in fact, I believe it was the 2024 SHOT Show. Myself and some other creators, had an ability to talk with the CEO, Tim Schmidt, at the Venetian Penthouse during SHOT Show. And we pretty much grilled him about this, these instances, these concerns that we had. And there were a lot of promises that were made that USCCA was going to change their program, that they were going to cure some of these issues, they were going to address this. We were told that some of these stories weren't true, but then lo and behold, nothing changed. The stories were true. And, that was, again, the kind of last straw that broke the camel's back, because I gave them the benefit of the doubt because we had such a long-standing relationship. I gave them the opportunity to cure this issue, but ultimately they didn't. Instead, the relationship kind of became hostile between me and USCCA because I was questioning them. I was questioning their managers. In fact, I believe at this point they've fired multiple employees who maybe gave them pushback on these situations. So a lot of my contacts, my prior contacts for 4+ years that I had with USCCA that were amazing people, a lot of them have now been fired, and it all kind of stems from these controversies and the fact that USCCA was not providing protection and the coverage to some individuals like Kayla Giles and Alan Colley. So like I mentioned, from about mid 2023, I no longer was promoting them on the channel. Unfortunately, I was still on an exclusive contract with USCCA, so I couldn't really speak out on this issue. I couldn't really go join anybody else. Unfortunately, I was bound by the contract that I signed. That's just the way it is. But now I'm no longer under contract with USCCA. I am, expressly telling you guys I do not recommend their program. If you think there's value in it, that's for you to determine for yourself. Just me personally, I will not be promoting USCCA on this channel. I will be promoting attorneys on retainer, AOR. I think that they offer a better program. In fact, they were the ones responsible for blowing the whistle on a lot of the other issues in this realm of self-defense protection. Now, I want to talk about why I recommend AOR above everybody else. And again, in my opinion, AOR is the best because they're not an insurance company. They don't have a membership that holds insurance coverage. They're attorneys, they're a law firm, and their primary purpose is to protect you, the consumer, if a self-defense situation comes up. And also, that if you have AOR, those attorneys that you see online, that you see in the videos, Mark Victor and his amazing team, those are the attorneys that will actually be protecting you, that will be litigating for you. They can go to any state. They can, waive into the state. You can get your own attorney and they will help. And also, one of the really cool things about AOR right now, which, was one of the additional ticks for me that made me want to actually promote AOR, is that now their law firm is moving exclusively to just doing self-defense work only for their members. So they're not going to be doing any other legal work. Their primary focus is going to be protecting you, the consumers. Now, when we look at the actual program and why I think AOR's program is far and above all the others, is because the type of things that they cover. Since they're a law firm, they don't have all the insurance restrictions. They're attorneys, so they can pretty much take any case that they want. AOR will cover questionable or bad shoots, which other programs won't. If you're charged or you're reasonably concerned about being charged with a crime, a felony or a misdemeanor, they will still cover you through the program. So as long as you have a good faith assertion that you acted in self-defense as attorneys, they will cover you. One of the other really important things that popped up, because of the whole USCCA situation and some of these other cases, is that you have attorney-client privilege. Since they're a law firm and they're attorneys, once you call into them, they have a 24/7 strike force team that was fully vetted, interviewed. They get paid extra and bonuses to be on call 24/7 to answer these calls. They also have an attorney on call 24/7. And the benefit of them being attorneys, a law firm, and having that 24/7 strike force team is that if you call in, you are protected by attorney-client privilege. You're not calling into some call center that maybe at some point days later is going to get you in contact with an attorney. No, when you call into them, their team will get you connected with an attorney immediately, and you will immediately have attorney-client privilege. Now, one of the other big things and big knocks on other programs is they have a ton of exclusions for their protection. So their program says, yeah, we'll protect you for self-defense unless you do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, whatever. AOR is very different. Under their program, if you look at it, and it's all available online, you can read it for yourself. They don't have as many exclusions. They allow for you to act in self-defense in gun-free zones, so your coverage doesn't drop just because you have a self-defense shooting in a gun-free zone. They protect you even though you protected yourself with a prohibited weapon. So think about states like California, where we have all these crazy gun control laws and regulations and restrictions. Even if you don't have a valid permit or it's outdated, you don't have to worry about that. That's also very important for states like California and others, who right now the permit system is getting very wonky, and some people are worried about maybe not actually being able to carry lawfully or their permit essentially being useless. AOR will still protect those individuals. Another very big thing is that they do not have a recoupment clause in their contract. So other programs have this situation where if you act in self-defense, but you're deemed to have committed a crime, a misdemeanor or a felony, and you're convicted of that, or maybe even you plead to that, there are clauses within all those other insurance programs where you would have to recoup those costs, the attorney's fees and all that. AOR does not have any of that. They're not an insurance program. They're not an insurer whose main focus is to simply, keep costs down as low as possible. They're attorneys. They want to take cases. They want to litigate cases, and they want to protect their clients. So I know this was kind of a long-winded video, but it was necessary for me to actually give you guys all the information about why I left USCCA, my relationship with USCCA, the issues I have with them, and why I'm now recommending AOR. So if you guys are interested in maybe moving away from USCCA or maybe another program, and maybe you want to join AOR, you can actually use the promo code that they gave me. If you use the code ARMEDSCHOLAR, you can receive $50 off your individual sign-up fee, or you can receive $25 off of your family plan, and you get that $25 off that fee. So again, links will be down below to AOR where you can go sign up for them. I will also leave links to all of their other videos where they answer a lot of these issues. But also, I know that the team at AOR is going to be in the comment section of this video. So if you guys have specific questions about their program, maybe other people's programs, maybe about what AOR covers, what they don't cover, drop those in the comment section. The AOR team will be in the comment section to answer your questions. Or if you guys want to call them directly, I recommend you guys can call them directly and have a conversation with some of their team. Ask them questions. If you have questions about their program, let them know. So again, thank you guys so much for all of your support. Unfortunately, like I said, this is not the type of video I like to make. We're going to go back to the traditional videos here, after this one, but I needed to make you guys aware of this situation and that I am now going to be partnering with AOR. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but never forget this nation was built by ARM Scholars, and this nation will be maintained by ARM Scholars.